is not a game. This is a very, very serious business. And those of you that are here, we value your time, we value your professional efforts, we value your energies, and we hope that we've come up with a new strategy and plan to help you accelerate your business. We're going to be going over something this evening that has been developed through many, many, many hours and several weeks of hard work, particularly by Lisa Roque and Michael Viscarando and Eric Javin, Carolyn Raff, Ben Beck, Dale Doyle, Heidi Wilson, Robin Messer, Frank Ugarte, Jack. Where's Jack? He was here. He's in the back. He's always eating pizza. You never can find him. Jack and Mark Andre, our intern. We have put our heads together in a very valiant effort to come up with something that is very, very exciting. It's something that we've never heard of or seen another real estate firm do. It's a way for us to give out $10,000 to the people in this room over the next 30 days. Suddenly everyone starts paying attention. And it's an opportunity for you to really accelerate in whatever your professional strong suits are. Not everybody is the full package real estate professional. Few people are. Most people leverage what skills they have. Some people it's about relationships. Some people it's about technology. Some people it's about networking. Some people it's about great closing skills. Different people capitalize on their strengths in different ways. So we wanted to find a way that each of you can take your own unique strengths and bring them into a small group, kind of a brain trust, if you will, of fellow real estate agents who have different skills than yourself, so that you can leverage off each other. So we've broken you down into 5-person teams. Every single person in this room, if we did our job properly, is on the 5-person team. If you are not on a 5-person team, it's by accident, and we'll correct it because we found out earlier today there were some mistakes. But unfortunately, with so many agents, we have over 250 that change companies, sometimes without telling me. I mean, why would you tell your old broker if you decide to change companies? It's difficult to keep track of the moves from Signature to Kings Point to Century Village to commercial to residential to international. This event is only for Signature International Realtors. Nobody else within our company can participate. They can know about it. They can yearn for it. They can learn about it, but they can't partake in it. We paired you into 5-person teams intentionally with people you don't know, that you are not friends with, that have entirely different strengths than you have. We have paired you with people that are complete polar opposites. We've paired you up with people that you have no similarities with and have no social relationships, as far as we know, with. So we've spent a lot of time intentionally scrambling you up. We have put very strong people with very weak people. We've put great closers with great technology people. We've put technology inept and incapable people with people that are very good at building listing portfolios. That way the 5 of you can work together in putting your skills to the best efforts. The assignment is called Color Wars. It is a very, very exciting and unique initiative, thinking about summer camp and sleepaway, and how when you were kids, you were the red team, or the pink team, or the blue team, or the purple team, and you had all these different athletic or academic assignments to participate in to earn points for your team. Capture the flag, right? Well, we can do that as professionals as well. You have countless obligations and responsibilities as real estate agents that you have to participate in on a daily and weekly and monthly basis. You may not realize, but every time you go to a networking event, not only are you having a cocktail and having fun, but that's how you build clients. Every time you take a listing, that has ramifications for the entire company, because we have no inventory, maybe a bonus, maybe a minimum commission for all of us to share. Every time you visit a new construction sales office or a country club membership office to drop your name in and network with the people that work in those environments, you're potentially positioning yourself to better your career. Every time you take a class that we offer, you're learning about something new to further your career. There are so many different things that you should be doing, most of you are doing, and some of you are not doing, and maybe you should reevaluate your commitment to this profession, because if you want to be successful in real estate, we're going to remind you how to do that in case you've neglected or forgot or become complacent. So we are going to give you a list of about 30 to 40 different things that are part of your job. Nothing is time wasted. Nothing is outright boring. Nothing is silly. Nothing is stupid. Everything is part of your job if you're serious about real estate. And if you do your job effectively, you make money. And if you do your job really effectively, you make even more money. So we are going to take the 5-person team that does their job the best and give them $5,000. We're going to take the 5-person team that does their job the second best in the company and give them $2,500. And we're going to take the 5-person team that does the third best in the company and give them $1,000. Those are team prizes to be shared between you and your team. So if you're on the winning team, each person's going to get $1,000. Second place team, each person's going to get $500. Third place team, each person's going to get $250. Now, you may have been able to hide from me from the last 3, 6, 9, 12 months, not coming to class, not producing listings, not showing properties, not going to networking events, not using signature title. But you're not going to get to hide from the 4 other people on your team that stand to win or lose $5,000 based on your commitment to the team, your performance, or your complete ineptitude or laziness. If you want to be lazy, then you're going to have to look 4 other strangers in the face this evening and say, don't expect anything from me. I am horrible at my job. I don't care about anything Ben has to say. The company is a complete waste of my time, and it's just not anything I'm interested in. You can say that to the other 4 people on your team. The other 4 people on the team, of course, are going to go totally bananas and apeshit that someone would say something like that to them and they are going to potentially forfeit their opportunity to win. Or you can put your heads together in a cooperative effort and say, you know, I really haven't tried as hard as I could, but maybe if I work in a little team with 4 complete strangers that I don't have relationships with, maybe I can use some skill, some ounce of my time, some morsel of my professional energy to make this career work. Because there are 4 other people that you don't know that are going to look you in the eyes and they're counting on you and your efforts. Now don't tell me it's unfair because you have a lazy person on your team. Don't tell me it's unfair because you have a brand new person that graduated school just last week. Don't tell me it's unfair because you found out one of your team members is at sleepaway camp for the next 2 weeks. Don't laugh, it's true. Don't tell me it's not fair because one of your fellow team members... Don't tell me it's not fair because your team member spends the entire summer in Pennsylvania. Don't tell me it's unfair because your entire team is in Toronto and you're the only one here by yourself for the summer. You have been paired in a very arduous task of finding ways that you can move and shake those team members that might otherwise be unshakable. I have tried everything in my power to motivate, to offer, to avail myself and the company to those of you, and for most of you I've been very successful. Some of you I have not been so successful. Some of you didn't know there was a meeting tonight. Some of you didn't know we had a company meeting on May 31st. Several of you said you weren't invited to the barbecue at my house. Many of you have no idea we opened a new office. It's quite frightening. Okay? So, you are going to be paired according to what we think is best for you, your skill set, and the company. You might say, Ben, what if 4 of our 5 teammates are killing ourselves to do a good job and utilize our skill, but the 5th wheel is a complete deadbeat? Helps none, participates 0, and has been nothing but frustrating and aggravating, doesn't respond to emails or phone calls, we can't get in touch with a person, but we're here busting our hump, and we won! Should that 5th person get any of the prize? What do you think?
No.
Yes, he's a part.
Why would we give someone who's useless money? They should be on my next 30-person firing list. That's the names I'm looking for. You're going to pick them, and you're going to tell me who they are. Because the winning team is only going to share their prizes with those that contribute to the team. If you do not carry at least 10% of the weight of your team, you will not share in the financial reward of winning. Theoretically, for those of us that are good at math, if there's 5 people on a team, you each should average roughly 20% of the weight for your team. But there are circumstances. You've got a couple of rock stars, and you've got a couple of new people, and they're all trying their best. If you don't carry at least 10% of the weight of your team's points, then you will not share in the prize, and the $5,000 will be split 4 ways. Or better yet, for the real rock stars, the $5,000 will be split 3 ways, or 2 ways, or maybe one person's a Superman, and the $5,000 just goes to one person. You have to carry 10% of the weight of your team to qualify to win. If you fail to do so, don't come looking for a handout. You can have a second job and still help your team. You can be brand new and still help your team. You can be inexperienced and still help your team. You can have just moved to Florida from Maryland last Tuesday and just be a part of your team and contribute. There is learning involved. There is contract writing involved. There is lots of app files involved. Every single thing you should do as part of your job is involved in this competition. We're not asking you to do one thing that is not part of your normal job, and if you do your job and do it well, you'll win your share of $1,000, $2,500, or $5,000. Okay? Now, for those of you that are app file averse, it's frightening to know there are people in this room that have not yet asked Heidi for a username or password to app files. There are people standing in this room that don't even have login credentials. It's terrifying. For those of you that don't have app files credentials, don't know how to use app files, don't want to know how to use app files, you have 2 choices. You can quit now and save your team from embarrassment. Let me know, we'll just disconnect you on DVPR. Or you can go to your team and say, hey, I'm that person. I want to be part of the team. I want to help. Can someone give me an hour of their time? There is money in it for that person to give you an hour of their time, because the more people that know what they're doing, the better your odds are of your team succeeding. I guarantee you there is a borderline useless person on every single team. We have engineered it that way. So don't think we just picked you to be unlucky. You're going to figure out who that person is, and you're either going to teach them to be useful, you're going to teach them to be motivated, you're going to light their fire, start their engine, or they're going to be a distant memory of this company and probably this profession by September 1st. You have until August 31st. The competition starts 30 hours from now, on August 1. Every single professional activity that you engage in for a 31-day period of time is worth a different number of points. Some things are worth a lot of points, some things are worth less points. We tried to gauge the points value based on how important the activity is. Like, wouldn't you say bringing a contract into the office and pending a file is relatively important? I'd say that's worth 20 points. Wouldn't you say sitting through one of Dale's 3-hour lectures on how to fill out a purchase contract is important? We're going to give you 1 point per hour for every hour of education that you take.
He's going to rip us apart.
Now, for those of you that can only learn and can't close because you're new, then I expect to see your rear ends in a lot of class, because you're going to get points just for going to school. And wouldn't that be nice to your team while they're out selling and closing deals that you could maybe be learning something useful and growing your career? For those of you that say, oh, I have another job, I can't do it during the week, I'm busy, then on weekends you better be going to networking events, you better be going to new construction sales offices, you better visit country club membership offices, you better do something to get your name out there and spread the seed, because this business does not just grow on trees. You can't be complacent, you can't be lazy. You have to work together, because I assure you the team that works best together and in the shortest amount of time figures out each person's strong skill, that's going to be the team that walks away with $5,000 on August 31st. Okay? And I know you're all eager to know who you've been paired with or condemned to partner with. Your team names are in the packages of paper that Eric, where's Eric? And Ben and Michael are Dale, can you start
Why are
giving
you
them out?
here?
Michael? I gotta go. Oh, adios. Michael's gonna start giving them out all by lonesome. Michael and Lisa and Ben are gonna start giving out packages. Please don't start the buzz. Please don't start the buzz. Okay? The packages contain every single thing you need to know about operating. Guys, you guys stand to make 10 grand. I suggest you guys listen up. Ben, Michael, Lisa, keep them quiet, please. Everything you need to know is in the packets being given out. The instructions are your first 2 pages. Basically, I just gave you the instructions. If you want to read them, have them in writing, recite them, go right ahead. 3 pages, excuse me. The first 3 pages are your instructions. Perhaps the single most important document is the 4th page, which is your point schedule. So you know what things you can be doing in your career to earn points. Every single business-related activity is outlined on the point schedule, and you can figure out what your contribution to your team might be based on you just doing your job. Nothing more and nothing less. After the point schedule comes a Color Wars cover letter. The only way that we can keep track of your points is by the use of app files. So you're going to learn to love it, and you're going to learn to use it every day. You will take whatever you do to earn points. Listing agreements, purchase contracts, addendums, modification forms, escrow deposits. And for those of you that have just prayed to God you'd somehow get paid, even if it wasn't on app files, you will load it with your team's assistance on app files using one of the cover letters, because you will tell us who you are, what you are uploading, and how many points it's worth. You will upload it to app files. We will double check your work so there's no cheating. All 5 people on your team, and only your team, can see your progress. You are all partners. So you have a turquoise team, a black team, a white team, a silver, an indigo, whatever team you're on, that is the file name in app files. For those of you that don't understand what I'm talking about, you may want to come to this week's app file class. It could be helpful to you. Your file name is your color team name. Each document that you upload to your respective team, you upload through normal protocols, you then log into app files, and you name your document. Instead of just naming it HUD, or purchase contract, or escrow deposit, you name it Terry Zelnowski, purchase contract on the Smith file. Or you name it Tony Magna, lease agreement on the Jones file. This is so we can log into your app files account for your team, and on a weekly basis, give you subtotal updates of the standings. So you'll know by the end of week 1, if the gold team has 875 points, you might just want to throw in the towel for the rest of the month. Right? No. You're going to try as hard as you possibly can to earn as many points as you can. Never! Never give up. Right? If it wasn't for Lance Armstrong, we could have made a motivational live strong speech here. So, in app files, these activities that you're uploading to your team's color do not replace your regular compliance responsibilities. You still do whatever it is you do in app files. This is a little something extra. Loading a copy of your points onto your team's file. So whether you have one person on your team that does all the uploading, whether you all share the responsibility, whether you work together or not is up to you. Obviously in a cooperative fashion, you're going to be vastly more successful. We will only score your points if they are uploaded into your team's color in app files with the cover letter. Okay? Very, very important. It's all in the instructions. It's extraordinarily self-explanatory. If you take training classes with Michael or Eric or Dale or Ben or myself, it is not my job to keep track of your hours. You're going to photocopy or print from app files one of these point recognition certificates You will fill it out after sitting with Dale for 7 hours on a Tuesday. And at the end of class, you're going to slide in front of him and say, Dale, sign off. I will not remember if you come to Team Mentors every Monday at 3:30. Don't ask me to remember. Don't ask Dale or Ben or Michael or Eric or anyone else to remember. If you come to class, it is your job to bring this form, hand to us. Don't you dare send us bombarding emails following every class and ask me to sign 35 certificates after a 25-minute conversation I just gave on how to fill out a listing agreement. It's your job to bring them. Don't start emailing me through app files, tons of forms, and expect me or Dale or Heidi or Ben to remember, oh yeah, I remember Alan was in that class 3 days ago. If you want the points, grab the document, fill it out, and hand it to us. And at the end of every single day of training, we will sign off all the ones we get. You never know. Dale might feel generous and say, hey, Sassy, you asked some good questions. I'm going to mark you down for 3 extra hours today.
Wow. Okay.
You never know. We have that latitude because we make the rules. So if you participate in class, if you ask good questions, if you are helpful, if you're not running out every 5 minutes taking cell phone calls, you might get extra points by filling it in. And Dale or Michael or I say, you know what, it was only a 2-hour class, but Jody, I'm going to give you 6 points for today because you were a real contributing factor in today's class. Okay? So we're not asking anyone to do anything more than your job. Learn how to be a better realtor and talk the talk and walk the walk. Okay? Before you all fire 10,000 questions at me and tell me about your vacations to Tahiti in the month of August. We know your schedules. We know who's going to help the team. We know who's going to plague the team. It's not a surprise. Don't come telling us. Michael, anything you want to add? Lisa, anything you want to add?
Just that everybody's already uploaded enough files in their teams.
You have access to your team. So the Indigo team is fully accessible by Susan Weissman, Darlene Torres, Doug Bodway, Jeff Hood, and Paul Levin. They have access to the Indigo team's app file so they can keep track. Just for following directions and being here tonight, you're going to get 2 points for doing nothing more than just coming and meet me.
But I need to sign in.
But you don't get those points unless Lisa has your name in legible format on the sign-in sheet. So make sure you get to Lisa and sign in any time over the next half hour that we're all hanging out. Doesn't have to be this second.
We got 3 points for being here on the early shift. Can we finish it?
Anything you want to add?
Changing the rules
Yeah,
before we even start the game.
Okay. For those who do not know, all right, every single Tuesday, I will be teaching from 9 to 12:30 or maybe even 1:30. Again, like he said, you could possibly get additional points because I'm going to also be trying to get in some Darryl Davis stuff for you as well in each one of the lessons that I do. I also have one-on-ones, okay, which may not be on here, but I can give you points for a one-on-one consultation with Dale and I for 1 hour on Friday. Now, there's only a couple spots left in August, so you'd have to email me if you want those. Also, if you do an open house, as you saw, you can get some points for doing an open house. If you want to do them, contact me and I will tell you how to do them. We've already had 4 or 5 of them that were very, very successful. If you'd like to know what to do, email me, I will talk to you and tell you how to get them all set up. That's it.
Thank you. Robin, anything? Okay, because most of you in this room do not know each other, before we break and let you ask questions, when we do break in a moment, you guys are going to be able to go over to your team color and kind of get to know your colleagues. Rather than me have to introduce 80 of you, you can all go to your team color and talk to the people who you're on a team with to start getting to know each other. Do not call me or any of the managers and ask me for a phone number of someone in the company that's on your team. God help you if you tell me you have nobody's phone number. August 14th and 21st, 9:30 a.m. is an App Files class. Whoever's on David Brown's team, David Brown just left. So there's your link. August 14th and 21st at 9:30 in the morning. App Files. Contract class, August 8th. Something else is August 15th. Something else is August 22nd. Dale writes like the Unabomber. I don't know what he's writing. I can't read anything. Questions?
It's a uniform.
Who's really ticked off about this?
Michael, because he's going to stay here and videotape this.
Who recognizes this might be a good way to leverage each other's skills and help one another? Okay, guys, any questions for anybody? Okay, read these instructions. Make sure you get together with your colleagues. Some were here this evening, some were here an hour ago because they're already in the broker's course. Definitely touch base with everyone on your team. If you have any deals you were thinking about sliding in as a pending tonight, why not hold them for 2 days and why not get 20 points? Right? Don't come crying to me, oh, David Brown's back, so I take that back. Don't come crying to me if you already turned in a pending yesterday or today, because that's your job. You got paid on it. Okay, if you want to hold them till the 1st, then hold them. Yes, Jody? That was the question. Okay, guys, best of luck. Finish the pizza, finish the drinks. See you all on